Hey friends, glad you're back. We're going to talk about beta readers. I want you to know unequivocally that if you don't know this already, that the beta reading process is immensely frustrating and it's really tiring and it's a lot of work. All right, so you have your novel, you've edited it, you've had alpha readers, you've edited it again, and now you're on to betas. This is probably the most emotionally intense part of the process. I say that because you are asking your betas to tell you exactly what's wrong with the book in all of its glorious detail. I learned about a beta process a while ago that encouraged writers to send out their book one chapter at a time and have a questionnaire associated with each chapter that your betas would fill out as they write. It's a really intense process for your betas. At the end of the beta process of my first novel, I took that idea and modified it. I'm going to send 3 chapters at a time. And I will have a questionnaire every 3 chapters so they can read more of the book at a time so that there's better flow from scene to scene and throughout the book. And it's less work for them and it's way less work for me. When I send my book to beta readers, I use Google Docs because then I can allow them to comment straight on the document. When I did my beta reading for my first novel, I made copies of the documents so that they all had their own folder, their own documents, their own questionnaires, all of that. I am not doing that again. I'm going to have one master copy of the document that everyone will read. They can comment on different things, but it's all going to be on the same document so that I am not trying to shuffle all of this digital information together. This time I'm doing it much differently, and it's going to be one document and everyone's going to comment on the same document. And I'm hoping that by seeing that other people are reading it, that will help people stay on track a little more and they'll be a bit more motivated to continue reading. The other thing about beta readers is beta readers and me, I should say, is that I am a spreadsheet person. So I keep track of everything on a spreadsheet. I kept track of who had which chapters and when they got them, and so that I knew when it was time to kind of kick them in the pants to get them reading again, all of these different things. And I would like to simplify a little bit. I want there to be less work on my end trying to keep up, because seriously, trying to keep beta readers reading is kind of like herding cats. Sometimes it can be hard as the author to keep prodding people to read the way you want them to. And so I'm going to be pretty selective about who I will let be a beta reader. When I'm rich and famous and I have tons of people who want to beta read for me, I may have a different process. But for now, when I'm a nobody that nobody knows, my plan is to use those that I know, use those who are around me, and really prod them to keep up and keep going. The other thing, I had 2 beta projects going at one time. I was beta reading my Bible study and my novel at the same time, and I had a couple people in both of those groups. And so that really limited my personal ability to pester people as much as I wanted, because for those 2 people who were in each of the groups, it would seriously be like getting a message from me every single week. Are you doing my Bible study? Are you reading my novel? Are you doing my Bible study? Are you reading my novel? So not doing that again. And just one beta project at a time. It is such an enormous challenge. And it really is hard. I'm really sorry if I'm discouraging you, because I don't necessarily mean to do that. But in the beta videos that I have watched, a lot of this hard stuff isn't said. And maybe it's they don't know it yet, or they're afraid of scaring people off. I don't really know what it is. All of that said, it is so worth it. It is so worth all of the frustration, because at the end of your beta reading process, by the time you have all of that information back, you really start to see how your novel or whatever your project is actually looks. As the writer, you see it as your baby. This is something that you have poured your heart and your soul into, and you see it as perfect. When you have other people read it and give you feedback, you see that it's not perfect, but you see how you can improve it. And that is why we go through the process of beta reading. That is why we deal with the people. That is why we put up with all the crap that comes with it. Because at the end of that process, all the information that we've received is everything that we need to make the book better. It won't get better if you're the only one who ever lays eyes on it. It's not going to get better if only one or two other people read it and it's really rough form. Your beta manuscript should be the best possible version of the book that you can get it to be. I'm guilty of not doing that with my literary novel, but I kind of had a time crunch. I thought I was going to pitch it at a writer's conference, so I went ahead and kind of edited it once lightly and then sent it out to betas. I will not do that again. For one, if I'm not ready to pitch something at a writer's conference, I'm not going to take it. But I'm not going to sacrifice this editing process and this beta reading process to try to have something ready for a conference. It's just, that headache isn't worth it. So when you start your own beta reading process, think of a reasonable number, somewhere between 5 and 10, I think is a really good number of people who will beta read it. And think about how you work as a person and how you can make that process best work for you. This is what worked for me. You can certainly go back to my last beta reading video and see how bright-eyed and bushy-tailed I was about that, and the advice that I gave at that time. That I'm an older, wiser, more seasoned writer now, and I've gone through this process twice, and these are my definite recommendations. Have a small group, give several chapters at a time. I definitely think the questionnaire thing is a superb idea. Definitely keeping the questionnaire bit. But I'm not going to have as many, and I'm not going to have all these separate documents that I'm trying to pull together at the end. So keep it simple. Keep people working on the same documents online. If you can swing that, it's definitely the way to go, I think. And be open enough to receive the feedback that they're going to give you, because some of it's really going to suck. Some people are going to be really brutal, and you are going to wonder if you should even continue this book at all. You should. Just keep going. Press on. If their suggestion is super out of line with where you envision this book going, disregard it. You don't have to take everyone's advice altogether. So that is what I have for beta readers. Thank you so much for making it all the way through. I'd love to hear what you have to say about it. You can leave me a comment down below. Hit my blog up tomorrow, carriejellick.com, for more information on beta readers. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'm out there. We can talk more about betas. I hope that this has been super helpful for you, and I hope that it helps you go into your own beta reading process with a more realistic focus and expectation. So thanks, guys. I can't wait to see you next week. Talk to you later. Bye.